You live in Manila, or?
Yeah, I live in Manila. Yeah.
Let us know when it starts, yeah? Tell us when it starts. Already start?
It's okay now.
Oh, it's already on? Okay. Alright guys, so welcome to the final of the singles of the APC 2024 here in Da Nang. My name is Cliff, I'm representing Jakarta.
And I'm Simon, I'm representing Manila.
And it seems like Manila's won the leg, right?
Paul's won the leg.
Okay.
I have to say, Kwon for Jakarta being one of the most impressive players throughout the event today. Paul finished third last year, so he's got a bit of pedigree in the tournament.
Okay.
Hoping to go one better this year.
Yeah, they're both fantastic players, obviously. One's, I think this is his fourth, maybe fifth APC event, and he's always been one of our most skilled players.
Yeah.
But he's just never had the opportunity to join the singles until this year.
Paul's been one of our top players. I think it's his fourth tournament now as well.
Okay.
And he's consistently been one of our top two players throughout the process. So, yeah, looking forward to a good final.
Absolutely. So, race to 5, correct?
Yeah, race to 5. This year, using the magic rack as a closing goal. Seen some success with that. Looks like Paul's got a ball.
Yep. Big break there.
Not a bad spread, not too many issues.
Every year, the quality of the APC is just improving.
Getting better every year by the looks of things. Seen a lot of run out here in the singles. Like it does get better every year. 9 teams this year as well instead of 8. So over 3 days should make it interesting.
Seems like his only trouble ball should be the pink.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he'll.
Pink down there near the 14. Looks like he'll have to break it up. He'll already be thinking about that.
Yeah. What do you think of the? Because where we play normally, it's the white salt, the white stripes. What do you think about the black stripes?
I think when you're on the table, it doesn't really make a difference. I think as a player, when you get down there, it's very easy. It doesn't make any difference to the players themselves. I think as a spectator, 1 or 2 of the guys have told me that if they're a distance away, it makes it a little bit hard for the spectators to necessarily see whether it's a stripe or a solid. But I think for the players, it makes no difference. And these are Aramith blacks, which are one of the top brands and makes of balls you can get. So at least from that point of view, you know they're going to be really nice quality. Paul's taking a couple of balls. It looks like he's going to use the 6 to break the 4.
You should have the 2 as a safety net. It's always much easier playing pool when you're on the sidelines, isn't it? Right?
Never miss a shot on the sidelines. I run out every game from here, so yeah. There we go, crucial shot.
Nice kiss there, unfortunately.
It went quite light. Didn't
put more spin on it.
If you'd have played it with a little bit more power, might have got a better result. Now, decision time.
Yep.
So he's got the jump cue out. Paul is a very proficient jumper.
Okay.
So he won't be fearful of this at all.
The issue would be the potential position into the next shot.
But it's jumping, potting it, but also getting back down the table. He's going to try and catch the edge.
That's a good shot.
Did catch the edge.
Very good shot. Good result.
He's landed on it perfectly. What a great shot. The crowd recognises that. Everyone in attendance knew that was a great shot. Because he had to jump and catch it, but he has the edge to get back down the table, and that's where the skill comes in. Okay. Landed kind of in between there. I just hit the knuckle.
Now we have Kwon coming up to the table.
Oh, relatively straightforward. Just has to pick his route.
Good shot.
Where's one from?
He's Korean. Korean. His background is a bit similar to mine. I'm American, he's Korean. We both grew up
There's just 2 balls left. You'd possibly say the 9 was the trickiest, but if he gets good position, it shouldn't be a problem. One takes a deep breath there just before he lines up to shoot it. And it wobbles, but it goes in. My wry laughter from the crowd there.
Good quality start there to the first frame.
Yeah, I mean, very high quality, only 2 visits, 1 visit each. Just to get a feel for these tables, that I've noticed throughout the tournament, throughout the practice games, happening very, very often that runouts are happening, and if you pop 4 or 5 balls or 6 balls and you leave it, quite often the opponent will run out. These tables are playing beautifully. They seem like a potter's table, so you don't want to leave someone with an empty table.
Kwon played beautifully. Unfortunately, just missed that slight shot. But look, there's a prize money for the top 3 winners. Am I right, Simon?
Yeah. So they're all going to go away with something. But I'm sure for Paul, I know Paul, and that'll be a little bit academic. He'll want to win the challenge. So yeah. So 1 to break. Going a little left of center.
He's got a fantastic work there.
Shooting very low on the cue ball. Nice spread. That 2's coming round. Oh, I guess one in this corner. I didn't see what it was, but
seems to be quite an open table.
Got to make a decision there. Solids. There's a few solids on the cushion, so maybe stripes a little bit more appealing.
His only issue, I think, is the 10, but he can probably get there with the 11.
Yeah, the 10 a little bit close to the 3, but it will go in the opposite corner if he gets good position off the 11. So probably going to try and get position on the 11 now. Slide behind the 7.
That's a good shot.
Just caught it, but
Yeah.
can still see the 11. He's okay. Got that position on the 10, that's the issue. That was the problem ball. So now it's just about taking your time and
Executing.
executing, absolutely.
He's quite a fast player, one. It's a good roll.
Plays a 12 in. So just one more, and
It
then
should go in the middle.
probably the block in the center, yeah. Got a nice angle on it.
That's a good putt. Quality frame there. Good
Very,
job.
very good frame again.
Paul will want to redeem himself here.
So far, 2 games, only 3 visits. Just goes to show the quality of the players. Both very capable of running out. So Paul could get it back to within 1 frame very quickly. But it just feels kind of like the way they're playing, they're both playing well.
Yeah.
It feels kind of like a crucial frame. You know?
Does, yeah, very, very crucial.
If Paul can get a ball on the break, maybe get a run out, that'll be confident and he's right back in it. If Kwon gets the game, suddenly 3-0, the way he's playing, that would seem like a big gap to try and make up. But you never know with Paul.
I mean, Paul was down in the last match 3-1, wasn't he? And he came back 1-1.
Paul, yeah, had a little trouble on the block again, as he did in the first frame here, and found himself 3-1 down, but never put his head down, kept in the match. A great clearance with some very tricky balls to make it 3-all, and then ran out in the Hill game. So that's a good break. That's a good spread. There's a ball down. So just take a moment.
Execute the right shots.
I think there's options either way. The 5 ball is the obvious easy ball to start with, but which can lead on to the 4. But I think the 10's also available.
I think solids would be the option here. I'm wondering if the 7 goes past the 14. Either way, he should. I would expect him to clear this out.
It does. So yeah, I mean, if he just knocks the 5 in here, leaves him a little angle on the 4, so he can get back up the table. Should be in business. He might have been out of that, but should be able to spin it out.
First time in Da Nang?
First time in Da Nang.
Beautiful city, huh?
Yeah, very beautiful city. If anyone was ever thinking of getting away, taking a holiday, beautiful dog, very, very deep, very, very good hotels, and very chill on the place. So, yeah, if you want to come and play some pool here at Hybrid Lounge, it's an absolutely fantastic venue. Or if you're just looking to take a little beach holiday, also good to consider that.
One of the cleanest beaches I've been to. I went swimming earlier today. There was nothing in the water.
And one of the longest beaches. It's absolutely huge. So, yeah. So, takes the 1. A little bit thin on the 3. Take the options.
Good putt.
As well, playing well, and able to draw even well.
Yes.
left himself an angle.
Mm-hmm. It's a good shot.
It's a good shot.
Big frame here.
Yeah, very big frame. Left himself in the middle, so just nice and calm. Just roll it in. There we go. Well done to Paul. So that's 2-1. We've got
three frames, 4 visits.
three frames, 4 visits. We've got a final on our hands, and a very good quality final at that. So, crowd very appreciative as well. We've still got a lot of people who've remained to watch this. Paul only played in Pattaya in the super high roller and managed to bring that one down.
Oh, well.
Quite a popular tournament in Asia, one of the biggest around. So, good success recently. That was just last month. I'm sure he'll be bringing that confidence. But back to Wan's break. So last time he ran out.
He did, yep.
I'm sure he's still feeling confident. So let's see what happens here. So one's just taken a quick break, which is why we're waiting.
One to break, he's 2-1 up.
So here we go. 1 to break, 2-1 up. So nice spread, but I didn't hear anything. So it's
dry break.
First one of the day. Coming to the table. Yep, first one of the day.
Of the final, excuse me. I'm sure.
I'm sure we've had a few along the way. So size it up. Both are fairly open. Depends what he fancies. I personally probably prefer solids a little bit better, but I think it's an easy start. But these players all see their own patterns, so you never know. Paul just taking his time, taking his extension. You get 45 seconds off the break.
45 seconds.
And then 30 seconds per shot.
Two extensions frame, right?
2 extensions, yeah. So clearly, he wants to take a bit of time this, make sure he makes the right decision. So he has gone solids, taking the 7. So probably work all the balls up this end first. So we've got the 1, 6, and 4. And then try and go down the table.
I think his only issue may be the 3, but I'm sure he'll find a way to knock it out.
I think the 2 and the 5 both go in the corner. I'm not sure if the 9's covering the 3. It's hard to see from this angle. Also, Paul's gone down the table immediately. He wants to clear those ones out.
That was a good shot.
Nice angle. He's got the 2 and the 5 available. He's going for 5.
and around it.
Well then,
He wanted it a little bit softer or harder.
I'd say maybe he was going for the 3 in the center.
Yeah.
I don't know, and just run on a little bit. Looks like he's still got the 4 available at the top of the table,
Yep.
and that's what he's going for. Rolls that in, kisses off the green.
He's quite quick when he gets down. He shoots. He
Paul's
takes
quite a
his time
fast
before
player.
he goes down. Yeah.
Relatively speaking, yeah, he's one of the faster players. Doesn't like to mess around, but does take his time before lining up the shot. So he's kissed off the green there. He's got option. I mean, potentially the 2 in the corner looks like the option.
Yeah.
But he might again
Goes to
see
the
something
6,
else.
yeah.
He's going to run the 6 down there. Very tough shot.
Good pot.
Looks good. But where's the white?
Ooh.
And it's just kissed off the 15. So a beautiful shot
Yep.
to pot the 6, but just run behind the 15. It's very, very close to consider a jump. I think that would be too close for him.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible.
So we're looking at kicking. But the danger, I mean, even if he gets the kick, it's very, very hard to leave it safe. So he's going for the deliberate foul, trying to tie 3 balls up together. Not a bad option.
Not a bad idea.
Very rarely players look at that option. Not everyone, especially in the amateur game, people don't really consider it. But when there's not a lot on, and there's a probability of you giving ball in hand anyway.
Might as well.
It could always be an option there, but yeah, a lot of amateur players don't even consider it. They'd rather just sort of kick at it and hope for the best. So interesting option. I'm not sure if they're tied up enough though. It's left a little bit of work to do though, so it's not straightforward.
He would have to knock it out, but yeah, like you said, it's quite
It seems
straightforward.
like the Purge, the 14 would, sorry, the 12 would knock into them automatically. So probably sizing it up here. Oh, he feels. I thought he might run into them, but you can see the 12. It's a delicate shot. Just nudges it on the way down. Very, very good shot.
Control.
It's a finesse shot. You just gotta make sure you didn't put any unintentional spin or clip green. So a very nice shot. So you've got the 15, and yeah, just gamble.
Bring the white ball back.
Yeah, you have to go around the table. Might go off 3 cushions.
I don't think you could follow it.
Or yeah. So there must be a gap there between the 2 and the 3. There we go. So that was Juan's break.
Yes.
But he maintains
The break advantage now.
maintains his 100% record on his breaks, and moves to 3-1. 2 games away from being champion, but again,
still only 1 visit each outside of the break.
Yeah, it's very, very high quality match. Any mistake punished. Paul Hope, he ran out on his own break. Again, he can keep the pressure on.
So you'd feel like this is another big frame for Paul as well to be
again. Yeah, can either bring it in within 1, keep the pressure on, or 1 will be moving to Hill, and that puts all the pressure on Paul then to win 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
break. I didn't hear anything go down.
I think that's Paul's first try break.
So Kwon will come to the table. It's very open. He'll be looking to see this one. And become the 2024 champion. Let's see. It is very open. If he's going to go solids, the 6 ball is tied up against the pink. That's the only issue. But
I believe it does go though in the pocket.
I think it'll still go. You just need to get the right angle on it. So just stay with solids. It's a nice shot. Come up the table for the 2. Playing for the 7 in the middle. Now options here. He's looking at that green 6.
Yep.
So maybe got an angle from the 7 to sort of draw across. The 8 ball is there to sort of hinder it, but I think he can draw past it. Oh, missed the shot.
Because he was trying to draw past the 8. I think that affected his shot, yeah.
So he might have been in his head thinking of that. Paul jumps up to the table. He's eager to get on with it. Again, stripes are very open. It's still the pink ball down by the 6 is the only real problem again.
You should be able to do something with that with the 10 ball.
Okay, so looks like he wants to deal with it straight away. He's a little bit near the cushion though, which limits the options on what spin you can apply to the ball, but he's going for the 10.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he tried knocking it out, so it affected his shot. But
feels like he rushed a bit. Didn't leave much. Probably the only ball he can play is the 4 to the corner. One stands up. Just wants to make sure he gets this perfect. Ooh. And it missed, and he's left the 12 onto the corner.
could have been game, set, and match there. Oh, game, set, and frame, excuse me.
So maybe a few nerves starting to creep into both players' games. They were 100% before this, or nearly. So maybe just 1 or 2 nerves creeping in. Ball comes up the table. Run a bit fast though. Got a nice kiss off the 10, so should be okay.
In the middle.
Again,
with the way he's been playing, you'd expect them to clear out. However, like you said, with the nerves,
it looks good. I think with the nerves, that you can overhit shots a little bit. That's maybe why it ran a little bit fast. But he's going to try the 14 to the middle. That's nice. That's a more controlled shot, and now he'll be looking to run out. There's the 10 in. The purple does go into the corner, but it's a little bit tight. It just passes the 15 by the looks of things.
You expect them to leave the 11 for the black. It's a good shot.
Control shot. Now, he's got the 15. The main thing to avoid here is he just doesn't want to end up behind the 3. Doesn't want to hook himself. So just got to make sure he gets out, which he does. So roll the 11 in, black in the center. Looks like the way I'll go.
Good shot.
Okay, so
3-2.
Paul holds his own break. So we won coming back to the table to break. 3-2 to 1.
More than halfway there. Good final so far, yeah.
Brilliant final. Very, very few mistakes. Beautiful stroke play. Again, if you're an amateur, you can see the way the running patterns, the breaking out bad balls. That's what everyone should be sort of aiming to achieve. And really just good positioning on the white ball. It makes it so much easier for yourself. A lot of Jakarta fans in the building, being quite loud today. I know in the semi-final, while we were watching Paul in the semi-final, we could hear a lot of cheering and screams on the...
We try our best to bring in contingency every year. It's a great event, though. It's it's good to see people from different cities every year.
Fantastic event. People become friends through this event. You see the same faces every year, and then some new ones. So yeah, the game is played in the right spirit.
Yes, absolutely. Win or lose, we're all here to have fun.
It's an amateur game, although very high quality. But yeah, everyone really, really plays it in the right spirit and tries to have a lot of fun with it. So dry break, but not too many options for Paul. He's going to have to come down the table. He's got the 11 and the 2, and it looks like he's going for the 2. Rolls it in. Gets a little bit behind the 1, but with the 6 in the corner, can play the combo.
That last frame could have gone either way. Big frame for Paul to win if he wins this. 3-3. Fresh start, race to 2. Momentum is on his side. With the break as well. Very big for his confidence.
Plays the combo. Plays it very gently just to leave the 1 over the corner. Looking at the balls. Everything very open. Just needs to make sure he gets a nice angle on the 3 and the 2. Sorry, not the 2. That's the 10.
Yeah,
that's what we said about the balls.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was a 2 as well.
So needs to just get an angle on the 3. But it's very, very potable if you're out towards the middle of the table. So a little bit short for the 4.
Have to go for the 4.
A little bit less angle, but still plenty of options. Rolls the 4.
Good shot.
Got options on the 5 or the 7.
He's got quite a unique style. I like watching Paul. He takes time, but when he gets done, he just shoots. No messing around. Once he's got his mind made up, he's quite confident with his shot.
Really, really focused on this event. Wants to do well. He views it very much as an honor to be able to play for the Manila Patriots and to be selected as a singles representative. He really, really, I think it means something. So for him, it's important. And Paul's been here since last Wednesday, so
familiarizing himself with the tables.
Yeah, got very much familiar with the tables. A full week's worth of practice before the majority of the other teams got here. So, yeah, really taking it seriously. So just wants to draw back on the 3. That's okay.
Perfect. Matter of millimeters there.
closer cushion to the rail, but probably just some nerves. Cheer goes up on the other table. That's the third place.
Sarah's won it.
So one relatively open. Again, just has to work his route out. So I'll probably play the 15, get that out of the way. Got a very nice angle on it. Stands up for a second.
Good shot.
Very good shot. That was probably one of the toughest shots that was left on the table. Now, probably just roll this in. Oh no, he's going to draw, so maybe he's going for the 12 next.
There's the options here.
Red 11 still up at the top end of the table, but
I think he'll try and position himself for there next.
See how he plays it. Now, if he takes the 11 now, that makes it easy to get on the black from the 12. So, just one good positional shot here. It's nice. A little bit of distance, but should be no issue. He got it away from the rail, so I can just comfortably roll this in and know he's on the black.
Nice stroke, straight in.
Very important frame. Ball had a chance on the black. Jordan and Kwon fully punishes him for it. So 4-2.
That is very good quality pool for both players.
So 4-2, the one thing in Paul's favor, it is his break, so he'll be looking to run out again. But every time there's been any kind of error, Kwon has been there to punish it and also been able to run out himself, so very, very high quality final. Breaks. I heard something go down again, and then
two balls.
The 2 also goes down. So 2 balls down there.
One of each, I believe. One strike. Nope. 2 solids.
No, one of each. I think you're right, Chris. Yeah, one of each. Fairly open. A little bit of work to do around the black ball. So we'll see what he likes. Most solids are open. It's just the 4 ball, the pink, to get a nice angle on that. Stripes again. Fairly open, but a little bit trickier first ball. Referee calls 15 seconds. All really fancy stripes. Just overcut it a little bit, so the options in Kwon's court, whatever he likes. I think really still both available. Depends what he prefers. I think probably stripes is the easier starting point.
Yeah, but I think that 14's will help Kwon with his 2 treble balls.
Just gonna go for the 12. Makes it, comes round. Beautiful, beautiful. Such a finesse shot to get the pace right. You can pot the 11 in the corner, maybe run into the 15. So probably a more gentle shot, just run into the 15.
Missed
Beautiful, but he missed the 11. So maybe he was concentrating a little bit too much on
the 15.
On the 15, but so Paul gets another chance. Maybe didn't think he was going to get this chance.
Once again, still has the same issue, that pink.
And again, yeah, really, it's just about the pink. Now, it did go into the corner pocket before, but might be blocked now. So it's an easy start, but still some work to do.
Yeah.
So runs back.
Okay.
Goes around the back of the 11. So plenty of options, but still the pink 4 is the issue.
He's trying to
So
find
I'm
a
going
way
to
to
look at
get
it
over
now. So maybe it does pass. Oh, he's knocked it out.
Shot.
What a shot.
Oh,
A lot of side on that ball to make sure he broke it up.
I can't see it from here, but if it goes through, it should be his frame. I wonder if it goes past the green.
From our angle, it's very hard to see. Maybe the people that watching at
looks like it
home
does.
can see it a little bit better. But
There
yeah,
you go.
it does
Yeah,
go.
whole pocket.
So, just 2 balls left in the black. The biggest issue really is just making sure you're on the correct side for the 3 so you can get down for a black. Ooh,
Black must go.
Again, it's very hard from our end to see, but it must go, otherwise he wouldn't have played it like that. And there we go. So again, every time one looks like he's pulling away, Paul brings it back.
4-3.
So 4-3.
1 with the break.
1 still on the hill with the break. Yeah, 1 on the hill with the break. So I'm sure in his head he'll be thinking, let's close it out now.
Yeah.
Let's not go hill. Let's close it out before we get to that stage, especially with the way Paul's breaking.
Yeah.
So, again, another important frame, another important break.
Yeah.
Really can't emphasize it enough on these tables with this kind of quality of players. The break is really important.
Everything.
Again, in the amateur game, it's something that people kind of think as a secondary thing, but as you get better and you want to improve your game, you really need a consistent break. Let's see what happens this time. It's a huge break, but he scratches. So in APC rules, just if people aren't familiar, you do have, if you scratch on the break, the incoming player has to play behind the headline, the head string, and play across it. So before he hits the ball, so it's not quite full ball in hand, but it looks like there's options there. Potentially the 9 in the middle, potentially the 3 in the middle.
Both have their issues. I mean, there's
still quite a block of balls where the magic rack is near the black spot. So that's the issue for both players because there's 2 solids and 2 stripes there. So let's see. Paul's going to take the 9 into the middle.
It's a good shot.
Uses it to break out the 12. So has a shot on the 12, and
probably use it to break it up.
Potentially, the way I don't think he would have had that completely in mind when he played that shot, but the way it lays now, it does give an angle to go in. It looks like he was initially playing for the 10, and he wants to stick with that way. So again,
don't think he's the 11. Absolutely.
He might have been playing for the 11 and over
Yeah.
run, but still many options. Could potentially play a safety air as well.
Yep.
Just off the 14. Hide in the pack. No, he's going to put the 12 in and try and go into that pack. Or
No, he's played safe.
misses it.
Yeah. Well, interesting.
It was a.
I guess the stack of balls in the middle is still quite tough to clear from here. If he does clear, it's quite a clearance.
If one gets out from here, it will be a very, very good clearance. The mess of balls there. Starts with the 3. Comes off the cushion, but slides in no problem. Still got options. I think he was playing for the 1, but got the kiss, so ended up a little steep, but he's still going to take it.
He's already trying to find the angle to essentially get rid of that mess over there.
So,
Leave this for the blue.
7, just
Rolls it a little bit.
rolls it a
Has enough
little
angle
bit.
for the
So
four.
stun roll through, and then now the 2 ball. Rolls it down the table, and it's gone in.
This is the shot.
So 5. Hard to see from there. Got a little bit of angle, but
Yeah,
not much.
he's gonna have to hit it quite hard. Ooh.
Just clips the 4, but might have a shot on it. And
Yeah,
it looks like he's left himself with a very, very
difficult shot.
fine cut.
He should,
Might only have to be able to play safe. Yeah, just rolls it towards the corner, goes up the table. Still a clutch of balls there. Still 3 stripes in that clutch of balls, but ball back in control of the table. So he just doesn't want to leave anything easy.
Yeah.
Obviously, he'll want to pot and look for a way to break them up, but I think should also bear in mind about not leaving one on. It's going to go 11 in the middle. Here's an opportunity to break them up. Hits it gently.
Okay.
Just misses the clutch of balls, but again, he's got a chance with the 12 now.
Yeah.
Now, I think the 14
He's got a good angle. I think he's got a good angle to it. Not the 12 and run into the bunch
He
there.
could run into the bunch. I don't know that the 14, the green ball, looks like it does go into the corner, so maybe he wants to break them up with
Use that, yeah.
A couple of options. Could run into them from the 12, or could just run down for the 14 and maybe leave himself an easier break of the ball.
15 seconds.
Referee calls 15 seconds, so Paul takes his extension. So it feels like an important shot. Hit it quite hard, come around the back.
He's going to have to play safe here, it looks like.
Interesting shot. Not quite sure what he was trying to do there, to be honest.
I think the shot clock got to him. Maybe this 15 seconds felt like he had it quickly. Because it is quite quick. A minute 15 seconds can. Unless you used this first one off of the break earlier, I believe.
Play off the 14,
It's a good
plays
safety.
into the bunch.
Very good shot.
So he's not leaving much there. Oh, so it looks like one can see the 4. It's very, very tight. The referee's having a very close look at this. So one can't see the 4 now. He's spotted the 4. He's on the 6.
Got a tough shot here.
But
Goes up table.
I think, yeah, you got to go all the way up the table. But with those other 2 balls there, it can be a little bit of distraction for the eye line. It's sometimes to
And the magic rack still in the middle.
The Magic Rack's still there as well. So again, another distraction, but I'm just having a good look at it. Potentially a shot to win the championship. Yeah. Referee calls for 15 seconds.
Here we go. Fantastic
Oh,
shot.
what an absolute dream of a shot. What a fantastic shot. That should be the shot that
Of the
brings
final.
the championship home for Jakarta and won. But not over yet. Still a
there's one more good
long,
shot.
long black. Black's just off centre. The white ball a little bit further off centre, so it's full length of the table. But he's shown he's a very capable potter. Crowd goes silent. Oh.
Overcuts it.
And that did end up being, I mean, it was a tough shot. There was a lot of pressure on it. Ended up being quite a distance away, but the good thing is, from one's point of view, is he left the white all the way up the table. So, you know, there are some balls Paul can go for here. The 12, so the 13 and the 14 both go in.
Just a reminder, this is an amateur tournament, so stuff like that does happen.
Yeah,
Forgot to put the mark.
the referee forgot to leave the mark on the white ball, but it won't really affect
No.
these players. So Paul settles down. He's going to go for the green ball in the corner to get him started. Oh, jaws it. But it's going, it's rolling, and might be able to touch the side of the black, but definitely can't pot it. Might jump at it. Now, if he jumps at it, it could go.
Yeah.
Is one a competent jumper?
Very good jumper. However,
Again, a lot of pressure.
situation,
A lot of pressure. And you got to get up and down quite quickly. There's not a lot of distance between them.
not much distance. What a way to win the match, What a way to win the match. Yeah.
Jump shot on the block into the corner. Absolutely fantastic. So, just as we sign off here, one celebrating, thoroughly deserved. I think he was the player of the singles tournament.
Yeah, I agree with
all throughout the group stage, and thoroughly deserved. So, well done to Juan. Unlucky to Paul. Goes one better than last year. Finished third.
Make sure he's one more then.
So, yeah.